Hello, and welcome to the Notary Life with Kimmi Podcast. I am also one of the trainers with Notary Educators, which includes myself, Kimberly Nunnally, Angela Johnson, and Alexis Franklin. We each own our own very successful notary businesses and teach notaries in all 50 states to be great and grow their own business. We will discuss general notary work, apostilles, ink fingerprinting, and the duties of a notary signing agent, and much, much more. For all of your notary needs, please visit notaryeducatorsllc.com. We hope you enjoy the show, and we wish you much success. Hello, and welcome to Notary Life with Kimmi. I am hearing some feedback. Hey, I am Kimmi. I'm going to let Angela and Alexis introduce themselves and see, can I do something about my mic?
Hey, everybody. It's Alexis from Mobile Notary Services by Alexis. Welcome to Mentor Mondays.
Hi, this is Angela from AJ Mobile Notary. We're so happy to be here tonight. Welcome.
Hey, Frank, down south notary. The Notary Down South, Stacy Ann, welcome to our Facebook users. Angela, I don't know if you can say hey to a few people over there. And Angela's going to start us off with a story, and then we are going to get into 3 ways that we can expand our notary business. And you guys are going to be like, what? But I think you'll find it interesting, okay? Angela, you want to tell your story while I see, can I get this mic changed out?
Sure. So I'm going to start out with... we love you guys very much. And we're always here to help, with your notary needs. That's why we have strategy calls. But how do I put this? But when you call on our business line, so I'm going to tell you a story of what happened. I'm not going to go through all that. So someone called me on my business line and was asking me about a certain document, and do I have a sample copy because they couldn't find one, and can I please help them figure out how to fill it out, basically. And I asked them, I told them I didn't have one, and I would need to know what the document says in order for me to help them out, because they wanted me to help them fill it out. And so they didn't have one, and so as they were talking, I said, have you had any training? And they said no initially. And I said, well, it sounds like you may need some training. And so the person literally told me, well, if you can't help me, then I don't need to be talking to you, and hung up the phone. So I thought that was very rude, because anytime anybody calls asking for a strategy call and we call them back, we always are helpful in giving them information. And so I'm saying this to say, especially if you have trained with somebody else, why don't you call them and get mad with them because you can't even get in touch with them, but you call us and then you hang up the phone and be rude? I don't think that's fair. What do you think, Alexis? I haven't told Alexis this story.
No, I'm with you.
So that's what happened to me on Saturday.
Yeah, I completely
understand. I was taken aback, really.
Yeah, I would have been too. I'm sorry that happened to you. But just like you said, people call you wanting answers right away. 1, then 2, they won't call you on our personal lines. And yeah, our first question, you all know what we teach over here. We want you to have a solid foundation. We want you to have training, especially when you come asking certain questions. Those are key indicators to us that you might need training. So if you are really like a true supporter of us, then you know what we stand on. So you wouldn't probably even got offended by that question. But yeah, sorry that happened to you.
And I do appreciate
I also had somebody call me today, but they had taken training and they had a question about something. They didn't call me on my business line. They called me on the Google line. They texted me, we talked briefly, and I helped her with what she wanted because she was nice and she was a trained notary. So she wasn't asking me to help her fill out the form of what does this mean. And like we always say, we can't train you over the phone because you want to take a signing or notary job and tell you how to do it right there. And anybody who's taking training with us know that it's a process.
Yeah, I thank you, ladies. Can you hear me? I just want to make sure because I unplugged my other mic. Okay, good. So yeah, I totally agree. I'm sorry that happened, Angela. And that happens. We're in customer service as trainers. You know, it's also customer service. The notaries are our client, you know, and in this case, she wasn't a paying client, but we represent everybody. So you don't have to have taken anything to be part of our network or whatever. But back to Angela's point, we cannot train you to be a notary after you have accepted the assignment. And that is that's a whole nother topic, really. But it happens all day. People take assignments because, you know, they want to make money and they want to get out there. They're excited, but they don't know what to do. So you guys always know we say, don't take it till you make it, because these are people's important documents. And then Angela's running her own business. Alexis is running her own business, and I'm running a business also in addition to Notary Educator. So we don't have time to try to train you off the cuff to, you know, to do your job. So be careful before you hit accept, or before you put your website out there. I had somebody recently, they had a website and everything prepared, but not actually ready for to take clients. So don't put all your money into creating websites and all this other stuff, and you don't know what to do. I said, it's like a doctor setting up a doctor's office. He got it all decked out. He got new carpet, new everything. He's never been to medical school. No, that's not the right order. So anyway, again, we are sorry that happened to Angela. But guys, let us help you the correct way and get you ready for your assignments, okay? So that being said, we know everybody's feeling a little down right now. It's third quarter. I can see it in the Facebook group. I can feel it in the Facebook group. I can feel it when I'm talking to people. Angela and Alexis probably can relate. Other YouTubers and other trainers are talking about fourth quarter now, actually. And it's just a slower time period, right? And that's in all industries. People are wrapping up their books, closing things out. So you want to be ready for this slower economy. And then also for January. January will be here before you know it. So you don't want to wait till January 1 and decide, oh, I think I'm going to be a notary. I want my business to pop. No, now's the time for us to start getting it done, okay? So the 3 things we're going to talk about tonight, adding to your business to increase your bottom line. The first one is ink fingerprinting. How many of you in the chat are doing ink fingerprinting? Let me know. Put a 1 if you are. Put a 2 if you are not. Put a 1 in the chat if you are doing ink fingerprinting. If you know how to do it, properly trained. If you have it up and running on your Google page, put a 1 for me. And let's see what happens. Mostly, let's see what we got. Got a few 1s, more 2s. Yeah, looks like more 2s. Yep. So it looks like that's room for improvement. So, yep. So many of you are saying, hey, my business is slow. How else can I make money? Yep. I see a lot of 2s out there. A lot of 2s. So that means you guys need to add ink fingerprinting to your notary portfolio. What does ink fingerprinting consist of? Who needs ink fingerprinting? Would you like to talk about that a little bit, Alexis? Who needs ink fingerprinting?
Yeah, so ink fingerprinting might be needed if you are, let me tell you the stories I've had. If you are going into a new job, so different employers, you know, depending on the industry, they want to make sure you don't have any type of criminal record, and sometimes they want your fingerprints on file, like different things of that nature. I've seen some things have to be done out of the country. They needed ink fingerprinting. I've seen school, same thing. You're about to go into certain fields, facilities. They want you to be fingerprinted. So anything of that nature, they want you to be background check and fingerprinted, right?
Yep. It could be CNA, certified nursing assistant, traveling nurses often have to get it completed, real estate agents. Angela, you want to add to that list?
Just that I've had several nurses from Gwinnett Northside and even a Pruitt nursing home call because they needed fingerprinting, ink fingerprinting done. So there's a lot, nurses, that's a big area where they need fingerprinting.
Yeah, so nurses, teachers, real estate agents, all of them need to be fingerprinted. I had one guy, he had to get 10 cards done. So just an overview of the ink fingerprinting. Again, we told you who needs it. Now you want to know how to do it before you put it on your Google page. It's not as easy as you think. When I have conversations with people, they say, "Oh, you just da 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 da. You just da 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 da." I'm like, "No, you don't just da 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 da." You need to know how to do it. It's a skill. It's an art. Everybody doesn't know how to do it. So that's why we want you guys to be pros at ink fingerprinting. Anything we teach you over here, we want you to do it like a pro, right? We're not just winging it. So you're going to learn how to roll. You're going to learn who needs it, how to market it, how to price it. And all of that is in my ink fingerprinting course, okay? So I do have a free video on YouTube. It doesn't cover everything, but the course make it a skill. Once you learn it through the course, you can add it to your Google page and advertise it. That's another stream of income for you. Ink fingerprinting, okay? Anything else you ladies would like to add about ink fingerprinting before we move on to the next stream that people can add?
Yeah, and in that industry too, I found it useful to reach out to maybe different schools. I'm just give you an example, like a CNA school. You can let them know, whoever's in charge, to say, "Hey, I'm a notary. Here's my information. If any of your students ever need ink fingerprinting," and then just like Kimmi said, she just gave you a list of the industries that would need it. So any travel agencies for nurses, if you can get in touch with them, shoot them an email or anything like that. Any way to get in touch with somebody, that's a way for marketing that service as well.
Yeah.
People who are getting their insurance license.
Yeah.
People getting insurance license need their ink fingerprinting.
Yeah. So there are many people that need ink fingerprinting. So we are not talking about live scan, which starts with an initial investment sometimes of $5,000. I have not found that it's such a need in my area where I want to invest in live scan, but I do provide ink fingerprinting. I have my little kit. So I highly encourage you to watch the free video. And then if you really want to be serious about it and add it to your business prior to someone calling you, because we get that all the time. "Hey, somebody just called me for ink fingerprint. Can you tell me what to do?" No. I'll push you back to my free video because I don't have time to teach you how to do ink fingerprinting in a 5-minute phone call. Nobody does. So check out the course. And just because we're trying to help you guys to build your businesses, the ink fingerprinting course is on sale, 60% off. Normally they're 50. Today is 60. Coupon code is money. MONEY. And again, at 60% off. Actually, all of the courses. But tonight we're targeting ink fingerprinting on the next one, okay? So if you have not added ink fingerprinting, what are you waiting on? And don't buy the course and don't watch it. I want you to buy the course, watch the course, and add it to your business, okay? And we've had success with our group.
I see a couple of people saying, "I got the course, I need to do it."
Yeah, that's why I said that. So take the course, buy the course, take the course, and then add it to your business, okay? Next stream of income that you should be doing. How many of you are completing the I-9 form? How many? I-9. 1 if yes, 2 if no. Are you completing the I-9 in your business? Do you even know what it is? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Are you completing the I-9 form? And hey, to everybody that's going to join us on the replay and those who are watching right now. So we got a few ones. How many twos? Yep, once again.
Mostly twos.
Mostly twos. So guys, we talking about building businesses over here, right? And we are giving you the stream of income that you need. An additional one is the I-9 form. Would you like to explain that one, Angela, what it is?
Well, I-9 forms, I think it was like 146, 150 million people have to fill out I-9 forms in the United States because it's actually a requirement. A lot of people are working remotely, and so businesses trust notaries to fill out the I-9 forms because we already used to identifying people, and notaries are commissioned by the state, so notaries are trustworthy. But the I-9 is, once you learn how to fill it out, because I've had several people come to me telling me about the I-9 when I'm filling it out for them when they were wrong. So when you learn how to fill out the I-9, whether it's handwritten or even some companies require that you do it electronically. And if they require that, I had one this week, as a matter of fact, when they require electronically, the person will call you and then you have to give them your name, email address, and name of your company and phone number. The company will email you a link, and then the person has to come to you and they fill out their first part, but you fill out the second part online. So we already skilled to ID people. We're already trustworthy, and keep in mind that filling out I-9s is not a notary act. So you are not, as far as the fees, we have to be reasonable, but we are not, held with the fees like the notary fees are. And a notarization is not required. Some companies will say do this or do that, but we still have to follow the law. But I-9s is another service that you can add to your business. We have to verify the people. Like I said, they trust us because we're honest. And so it's take the training. And once you take the training and you can know how to do an I-9, you can add that to your service. I had surprisingly, because it's one of those things that you don't get every day. And sometimes you may get 2 or 3 a week. You may get one. You may not get one for 1 or 2 weeks. But I had a company call me this week and paid for it. And then I had to call the person to do the I-9. So it is something that you can add, especially now that we're slow. If you're not getting a lot of loan signings, then if you got the I-9, and then if you got the ink fingerprinting, it fills in the gaps when you're slow. So I-9 is a valuable service that you can add to your notary business.
And then everything is going to be relative, because somebody in one area, because we had someone on here a couple of weeks ago, they said that's all they doing is I-9. That's all they do in their area is I-9. As a matter of fact, they filled up half of the journal that I created for specialty general notary work, where you can put your I-9 and ink fingerprints and all that apostille. They filled up half of their journal, was getting ready to buy another one. So it's just based on your area. But the point is, just like an EMS worker, when they get the call, they don't know if it's going to be for a heart attack. They don't know if it's going to be because a child swallowed a coin. They don't know if it's going to be because it's a burn. When the EMS tech goes out there, he just needs to know how to handle everything. That's how we want to be as notaries. You don't know what your phone is going to ring for when you're doing general notary work. And one thing is for sure, if you don't know how to do it, you can't wait until they phone call, you get the call and say, oh, let me ask Kimmi how to do the I-9. You could go watch my free video. But if you want to do it like a pro, now's the time to add these different services while it's slow. And so what if you get one per month, one per week, one per whatever? If you get one per week at $50 to $75 per pop, that's $200, $300 a month. Would that pay somebody's car note out there? Would it pay a gas bill, light bill, phone bill? So I don't think small. I don't think, it's only one. I think, 1 times 4 or 1 times 52 weeks. That's how I think. So we got to change our mindset a little bit. Go ahead, Angela.
And I was going to say, things like this are very important. And you have to realize, just like documents have to be notarized, employers have to fill out the forms for the employees for I-9s. It's a federal requirement, and they have to be filled out correctly. So when we're doing, these documents, notarizing documents, I-9, even though I-9s are not a notarial act, companies can get fined if the documents are not filled out properly. And so that's why training in all aspects, and no matter what service we add to our business, we want to make sure we know how to do it. So it's very important. I look at every document that I fill out for a person, or I don't fill it out, they fill it out, that I sign and notarize for a person. I look at it like, this is very important, and I don't want to mess it up, because I don't want them to miss out on something important, which is the reason why they're getting a document notarized. Or in case of I-9s, you don't want to fill them out improperly, because the company can be fined federally by the law, because it's a federal requirement that they have their employees fill out this form.
Yes, I do have,
and it has to be done properly.
So I do have a free video about how to complete the I-9, but if you want to do it again like a pro, add it to your business, add it to your Google page. The course, also, guys, guess what? Is on sale, 60% off. And coupon code is money. Okay. So you can add that to your service. And again, you may say, well, I got one. I get one every month, or I only get one. Only. We got to take only out of our vocabulary too. And once you become a pro at it, you might learn how to market and get more of them. But if you don't know how to do it, if you only got one phone call and you didn't know how to do it, I'd be discouraged too. So we have to change our mindset on so many levels. That is not what this is about today, mindset, but we will be having a whole conversation about that. New year, right. New us, trying to do this thing, y'all. Go ahead.
And know your state rules too, because like California, you have to be qualified abundant immigration consultant in order to do I-9s. I-9 is in line with immigration forms. So if you're abundant and qualified in California with immigration forms, then you can do I-9s. Otherwise, you can't. So know what your state says about those forms also.
And the only state for sure that I know cannot do them is California. So everybody else, if you're not in California and you don't know how to do the I-9, you want to think about it, okay? No pressure, but just think about it. The sale will be going on until Saturday night at midnight, too, just FYI. Coupon code is money. All right. So the third thing we're going to add to our notary portfolio, and I know for a fact many people are not. Are you a notary signing agent? I know you all are probably notaries, but have you gone through the NNA process to receive your certification to be a notary signing agent? 1 for yes, 2 for no. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Many people are not notary signing agents, and I'm getting ready to make a point about that shortly. Are you a notary signing agent? Got a few ones on that one. Let's see, mostly ones. Okay. Mostly ones.
Mostly got a couple on Facebook.
Okay. Oh, here we go. More twos. Okay. So let's talk about why you should still be a notary signing agent, even though everyone's saying the market is slow. The market is slow. There is still a market. That's the point. And if you don't have your credentialing to be a notary signing agent, guess what that also means? You aren't receiving any of the assignments. So if there is one assignment per week in your area paying $75, we'll say 75 because most of them are 75 and up, and you don't know how to do that, you're missing out over 150, 75 times 4 women. Gotta give a calculator.
300.
Thank you. 300. I used to work at the bank, y'all, for 20 years. $300 a month. Okay. $300 a month. If you don't know how to, if you're not credentialed as a notary signing agent. So you may say, again, the market's slow. Why do I want to be a notary signing agent? Because it's a stream of income. It's another stream. It's another avenue for you to make money. That's why we always say around here, we're not one-trick ponies. We know how to do everything. You know, one-trick pony, the pony can do one little thing, or a little puppy. Fetch the dog, Rover. Fetch the dog. Fetch the dog. You want Rover to be able to do woo, woo, woo. I don't know if y'all seen this other one video. It's a new video out. My mother-in-law, I think, sent it to my husband. And it's a dog listening to Snoop. I think it's Snoop. And the dog is sitting there like this. Like actually rocking to the music, you know? I say that to say this. You can teach dogs to do anything. If you got a dog that's only doing one little trick, that ain't fun. But if you got your dog sitting in the driver's seat, he's doing like this to the music, everybody like, dog, look at him. So anyway, point being is you want to be more than just a general notary person. When your phone rings, you can only stamp a paper. No, when your phone rings, we want you to be able to do everything. And some people say, well, you shouldn't have all these streams of income. Focus on one thing. Well, I don't teach that. I don't subscribe to that, and I don't do that. I don't learn it all in one day, and I don't expect you to learn it all in one day.
Right.
But I do want you to add these services, and now is the time to add them. When people start getting these new jobs in 2023, and you're going to wish you hadn't took the I-9 class, because people are going to be changing jobs like left and right, and that I-9 got to be completed. And you're going to be like, oh, dog, Kimmi had the sale on back in October. But I was like, ain't nobody calling me in my area. No, you stay ready, get ready, so you don't have to be, be ready, stay ready, so you don't have to get ready.
Yeah, you got this.
You know what I'm saying? So let's do it now. Let's do it now. Coupon code for all the courses, again, is 60% off. Coupon code is money. And again, let's go ahead and start now, guys. Don't wait till January. I'm telling you, we doing some things over here in January. We're getting ready for January. You need to be preparing yourself for the new year. New year, new services.
And speaking of loan signing, it's good to know how to do it and be a loan signing agent or notary signing agent, because for the past 4 weeks, I have been getting at least one seller's package just through general notary work. And so if you get a seller's package, you still have to know how to fill out the documents. You still have to know where to tell the signer to sign at. It took me like 45 minutes today to fill out this one particular lady, but now that I think about it, every week for the past 4 weeks, I've been getting at least one seller's package in general notary work. So that's loan signing documents. So if you don't know how to do it, then you wouldn't be able to get that work.
So if you are getting one seller's package, I'm going to low end $100 per week. Again, that's $400 per month. So we're not thinking small potatoes over here. We're thinking how to make a whole meal, right? And if you bring one piece of the meal, somebody else bring another piece of the meal. You ever been to something and it's like, dog, we don't have enough food. And before you know it, you got to full everything, right? It's the same thing with your notary business. You start out, I got my commission. Great. Now I'm going to add to the meal. I'm going to bring some desserts. I'm going to bring some drinks. I'm going to bring this. I'm going to bring that. And before I know it, I'm going to have a whole notary buffet over here, right? That's what we're trying to build. So that's all I got for you. So we got ink fingerprinting, I-9 form, and actually becoming a notary loan signing agent. Don't wait till January. While you guys have the head up right now, again, to go ahead, you're already in the game. Yes, it's a little slower, but I guarantee you 2023, all these new people with their income tax money, they're going to be coming in. They're going to be like trying to learn about this business. You got a heads up right now to get the training and get what you need to get this business going. Because people always start stuff the new year. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to become an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? So it's going down in about 60 days.
I'm one of the I'm going to lose weight people.
Yeah. Me too, unfortunately. I'm like, oh, new year, going to lose some weight. But anyway, all that being said, guys, don't wait. Because you guys got a head start right now. Use this slower time to invest in you, in your business, in knowledge. Knowledge is power. Believe me when I tell you. And if you don't have the right knowledge, you're going to be a Facebook notary. You're going to be a notary talking about, how do I do this? What goes on this line? Can somebody walking through an ink fingerprint? Can somebody? No. Let's not do that, okay? So what questions do you guys have for us tonight? Angela is going to do Facebook. Alexis is going to handle this chat for us, and let's do it.
All right. Scroll back up.
And we can
you got Victor.
And we can greetings and kind of hello everybody. Hello everybody. We're gonna say hey to those on the replay also. And just get right into your questions so we can make sure we get all your questions answered tonight, okay?
Okay, hold on. Now, a lot of comments.
I did see a couple comments while you're looking. So Frank says he has done 1 in 6 months. Yep. It may not be every day that you get a call for any of the services we talked about. Somebody else said that they had one in another short period of time. Again, you may not get a phone call every day, but when your phone rings, do you know how to do it? Okay. Somebody else bought the class. CC bought the class but hasn't taken it yet. So I do want you to take your class. And then Fearless Notary says she took the training, but no hits yet. The fingerprinting course is great. So what's going on, Fearless Notary? You want to talk about which course did you take? And let's talk about what are you doing in your business if you want to. Totally up to you. Because I know this is live. So if you would like to come up and talk about the whatever course it is you're referring to, we can talk about it live. Let me know. I'm going to put the link in there if you want to come up and tell us what's going on. All right, Lexus. Are you ready?
It's a lot of comments.
Go to about 8:15. Go to about 8:15, Alexis.
I want to comment on 8:14 right quick. Shannon B. I'm saying it's slower because everybody is doing them with the signing slowdown. So in general, right? General notary work, I-9, fingerprinting, whatever the case may be, at any point in time, it can be slower. Um, maybe for your business, your area, everything's slow, right? But it's a that's not to say throw in the towel. It's just right now it's slow. Even with signing, I see a lot of people online with loan signing. It's slow, nothing's going on, this, and that. But then I hear other people, they're in different areas, and they're talking about how it's not slow for them. So I just say all that to say, don't throw in the towel because it's slow. Remember, like Kimmy just said, it's fourth quarter. Um, in a whole industry to have their highs and their lows, it could be a low right now. You get what I'm saying? Then with everything going on economy wise, I know everyone is tuned into that. You know, everything ties together. So don't give up. Add services, keep pushing, keep marketing. So that's another thing too. I always ask people, what are you doing for marketing? And I'm not getting a response back that I would like. And I'm not getting a response back that's showing me that, you know, you have a way where you can build back up. So you won't be complaining. So it's always ways around it, I feel like.
A good example, I got a comment, Alexis. Like today, I was at the bank, and there was this man in front of me. He had his son, and this man just told me all his business because I just started talking to him, and he was saying that I'm a member of Navy Federal. He's like, I have to drop all the way to Athens. From Athens, Athens is about an hour from here because Navy Federals are only in certain places. So he was just going. And I said, well, just remember now, you can take a picture and deposit online. He's like, don't tell me that. We was just driving around, and he was telling me all his business, telling me he was in a car accident, and he got a check. So he had told his son he was going to give him $100, a little 7-year-old little boy. We was just chatting it up. And somehow I wove in there what I do, as a mobile notary and apostille agent. And I said, I tell you what, if you don't want to come to the bank, I'll drive to Athens. You pay me to come to Athens and come to the bank, and I'll drive your receipt back or overnight it to you. He said, that's a thought. I said, here's my card. And he was like, oh, what do you do? I was explaining to him what I do. And he was like, you know what? You may be hearing from me. So it goes back to tell everybody what you do. I do I-9s, I do apostilles, tell everybody, don't be afraid to talk to people when you're standing in line at the restaurant, the bank, Walmart, wherever I'm standing at, that person in front of me or behind me is going to have a card before they leave.
Yep, I agree.
All right, let's hop on in. Frank saying that most businesses do the I-9s themselves. And you read Shannon B's comment. Danielle says, I never had a request for an I-9.
Let's go back to what Frank said for a second.
Yeah.
Just a comment on that. If people are in the office, yes, but a lot of companies, most of the people that I've done I-9s for, they work for a company that's out of state. The young lady I had recently, her company was out of state. The young man I had where the company called me, they were out of state. A lot of people work remotely. Even before COVID, they were working remotely. So there are companies that hire people that are, I have a couple of friends that work for companies that are not in the same state. So yes, if people are at work, they do the company, HR do the I-9s, but there's still a lot of people that work remotely for companies that are not in the same state, and they call or tell them to go find a notary to do their I-9. So it's like I think it's more than a 50-50 situation when it comes to notaries being able to do I-9s.
And then once again, right now, a lot of companies are not hiring. They have freezes in the fourth quarter. But believe me when I tell you, January 1, guys, our phone's going to be ringing. Are you going to be ready? That's the question. Did we skip Renata at 8:13? Because I wanted to address that. Did we skip 8:13?
Renata.
So Renata says, I get so many calls wanting me to do live scans. My website specifically says ink fingerprinting. And that happens to me sometimes also, Renata. So what I would recommend is find out in your area who does live scan. And that's going to be a networking opportunity for you. Why? Because you're going to let them know, hey, I'm a mobile notary. They may need your services. Maybe in the future they might be a notary, I don't know, but anyway, when you can bring something to the table, people are more apt to give you something. So hey, I do mobile notary, I do basically ink fingerprinting, but I do get calls for live scan. I would love to be able to refer my clients to you, and they're going to be like, oh, okay. And I actually had that happen with a person in my area, because I was getting a few calls for live scan also. And I went to like a box store, not UPS, but it wasn't a name brand. And I went in there and I asked the guy, I said, do you do this? And he was like, oh, yeah, we do. So I said, well, I get a few calls for that. I would love to be able to refer my clients to you. And then if you actually have any clients that you're not able to do for some reason, because they didn't do like power of attorneys and stuff, may I leave some of my cards with you? Oh, yeah. So now we're changing. He giving me something, I'm giving him something. So again, we taking these things that may seem like a negative,
Right.
and we're going to turn it into a positive. We have to change the mindset. We have to. So what? They call me for this, but now I'm gonna flip it. I'm not only gonna be able to not do this, but I'm gonna see what can I get from the person that I referred to.
You won't believe what happened to me. Similar, just I got a flat tire the other day, you guys. Last week, I think I got a flat tire, but anyway, that's a whole other story. So I had to go get a new tire, and I was at Discount Tires. So I'm like, I had not eaten. It was like 12:30. And I was like, I gotta go find some food. I'm walking in the parking lot by Walmart, Home Depot, and there was a little UPS in the cut, like stuffed in the corner. And I'm like, let me go in here and see if I can. They do everything except I-9s, and they have live scans. Right. And I did exactly what Kim just said. I said, what do you do? He said, we do everything. We do this. I said, do ink fingerprinting? He said, we do ink, we do live. I said, oh, and he said they didn't do I-9s, and I said exactly what Kim said. I said, I'm a mobile notary. And I said, I would love to, refer any business for live scans that I get to you. And maybe if some people come in and need not fingerprint, I-9s, that you could refer them to me. He said, that would be great. Leave your cards. So you have to talk to people, though.
Yeah. So you have to talk to people, turn a no into a yes, flip it. What can I do to get business out of this? It's always some kind of way you can win. Even if I referred that other person business and they were not able to refer me anything, he's never going to forget, oh, yeah, Kimberly is the one who sends me this business. Some kind of way it's going to always come full circle. Believe me when I tell you. And somebody put in the chat earlier, planting seeds. That's exactly what it is. You plant seeds, something grow. Jermaine, thank you. Yeah, if you plant the seed, it's going to grow. Tremaine. Yeah, if you plant a seed. Oh, Charmaine, thank you. Sorry, it's a little lag. Yeah, if you plant it though, it's going to grow. It's going to grow. It may not even grow at the pace you think. You put something down, like I got 2 rose bushes out front. One of them is doing amazing. The other one, I want to chop that thing down and send it back. Okay, whatever. Still ain't doing nothing, but it's been a while, so maybe it will grow. You just got to be patient. Maybe give it a little rose seed or whatever food they take or whatever. Anyway, so what's next, Alexis? Where are we?
Perry C says, do companies want to see the NNA's class, or as long as you have the background check and pass the test? So
yes, you want to see that. Alexis, you can handle that.
So Terry, they want to see that you have the background check and that you pass the test. It's not necessarily have you taken the NNA's class, but are you certified by the NNA? So we do offer training. We offer training live and online. The online course is 60% off. If you take our training and then you go and take the background check and pass the exam with the NNA, you're good to go. So as long as you pass that exam and get that background check with the NNA, you're good to go.
So, the NNA is the gold standard, so we cannot bypass the NNA. Some people will say you don't need them.
Yes, you do.
But if you really want to have the best opportunity, it's going to be to go through the NNA, take the certification. It's like 40 questions.
45, yeah, 40, yeah.
45 questions. Pass that, get your background check through them, not through some local police station. That's not going to be acceptable. I have a video on background checks. Check it out. And then, like Alexis said, you can take our loan signing class to help.
Yeah. If you want to take the NNA's class, go ahead. You know, we have all taken the NNA's class. Our course is different because of the simple fact that we kind of teach more so real world. So you won't be lost after you get done taking the NNA's class. You'll be ready for the real world application of information. But our class gives you everything you need.
I only took it because Kim made me take it. Remember that. I'm gonna always say that.
And now she's a pro and credentialed up and got all her papers.
I already knew that stuff.
Put all that on your website, advertising your badges from the NNA, the little icon saying 2021, 2022, whatever year you took it. So it's always pros to doing it the right way, okay? Next.
Yeah.
Tanya says, Alexis, which signing agency or database did you suggest to sign up with and pay $2.99 for extra zip codes as a loan signing agent? Signing order. Make sure you do that. Works wonders compared to.
Yep.
Let's see who's next. Linda Vasquez says, Motivation Monday equals invest in myself.
Yes.
That's a basic question.
Who's that on Facebook, Angela? When you have a website, do you have to pay for it monthly?
Pamela, hi Pamela. When you have a website, so you have to pay for it monthly.
I use the free Google website, which is free.
You have to pay for the domain.
Yeah, you do have to pay $12 a year for the domain. You don't even have to get a domain, though. You can use that.
You don't.
But I would recommend it.
I suggest you do get a domain. It's cheap. It's $12.
Do either of you have like GoDaddy or anything? I do have a GoDaddy for our notary educators, but I pay for that annually. And I think it's over $300 for the year. I think it's over $300 for the year. Might be $300 or $400, but it's worth it if you are driving site to the, if you're getting business from the website. So if you're just starting out, again, we try to do things over this way as cheaply as we can. So I would start out with the free Google website and then go ahead and invest as you start growing where you're paying monthly. Because we don't want to spend money and we're not making money unless it's on good training. Okay.
Yeah. So what we do,
go ahead, Alexis. You go ahead.
I was just gonna say, for what we do, if you're just starting out, that Google site is more than enough. Now, if you start adding different things, and if you notice that you need different services that regular Google site does not offer, that's when I would suggest maybe bumping up to GoDaddy or any of the other sites like that. But for what the basics, what we do, what we're starting at, that's more than sufficient for you.
Yeah. I was gonna
go ahead, Angela.
Pam said she's busy in Knoxville, Tennessee. I was going to ask her what kind of documents are she doing, or what kind of services. Pam, what kind of services are you busy with in Knoxville?
Okay, Alexis.
All right, let's jump back in. So Shannon Harrison says, if you called a notary to notarize something for you, and when they came, they brought their small child with them, how would you feel? Is that okay or not?
So are you trying to take your child with you to an appointment, Shannon? Is that the question?
Oh.
Is that what you're trying to ask in a roundabout way? And I don't mind. Let's have frank conversation. Right. We really want you to win out here. So when you do your own business, and this is my opinion, somebody else may say something different. Okay, I'm gonna give you what Kimmi thinks. When you're doing your own business, it's no different than when I would take my mom on assignments with me, because that's my mother. This is my business. So you can expect that she was gonna go with me, right? If I had a small child and I did not have a sitter at home, people love kids as long as your child is well behaved. And they would make up a conversation. Oh, are you a little notary in training? Or even you can introduce them like that, if you're trying to take your child. Now, I don't know if I would take 4 to 5 with me. That might be a little different, right? But if you have 1 or 2 small ones, you're not going to be at that assignment that long anyway. So make a little joke out of it when you first get there. I had to bring my little assistant with me today. Because again, everyone doesn't have childcare, somebody sitting at home. You still need to make your money. You're trying to grow your business. So again, that's my personal opinion. We'll see what Angela and Alexis think.
Yeah, so after having a child of my own, if I did have to, he would be right there with me. So what that looks like, just like Kimmy just said, as long as they're well behaved. Now, probably wouldn't, if you can, I wouldn't probably try to take them into somebody's home, but I would definitely see if somebody can meet me somewhere, Starbucks, in the parking lot, wherever the case, wherever you're comfortable. If you did have to, if the signing was going to take place in their home, I would just kind of let them know up front, like, hey, depending on how the person is, you get a feel for people over the phone call. Just like she said, say it a certain way. People are really loving when it comes to children. Children and pets, people love them. So you'll be fine. Just make sure you let them know ahead of time. If not, when you get there, maybe try to do it outside or something like that. But it's always a way to work it out. I don't think people will feel any type of way, especially the clients I've came into contact with. As long as they're not, in the background crying or something crazy going on, that's completely different. But yeah, I don't think anything's wrong with it.
And let me add one more thing to that too. If it's a notary signing assignment, we're going to view that a little bit different, Shannon. If you're hired by a company to go out and do like a loan closing, that looks a little bit different than running your own business. So I'm not going to say let's take the child to loan signing on the regular. Something happens, you don't have a sitter, you need to go get your money. But on the regular, that's not probably going to be best practice because they actually don't want you bringing anyone that's not associated with the signing. The same reason why we ask them to put their pets up and when I get there, if they have children and they run around and they're like jumping on tables and stuff, do you think they can sit over here just for a few minutes? I don't want the documents to get ruined. So we're going to be a little cautious. But if it's your own mobile notary, general notary work, that's a little bit different how we operate, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Angela, did you want to add to that? And then we can move on.
I agree with all of that. But as you guys were talking, it just made me think about the 3 people's house that I went to that was filthy. And I wouldn't want my child in that house because I didn't even want to be in there. I feel like I need to come on and take a shower. But anyway, so how would you feel if you take your child into a house and they couldn't sit or touch anything, or how kids are? And when I mean filthy, I mean nasty. So then you have to think about, like I said, I've only had 3 occurrences where that has happened. So just how you never know what it's going to be like in there, or if they have pets that you don't want licking over your child. So that's my thing. My whole thing about it is that you have to decide what the situation. We don't know what the situation is and how you're going to feel when you take your child in there, and you don't want them to touch anything or the dog to be on. So you got to think about that too.
Yeah. Next.
All right. Next is Shannon B. She said, I'm not going to throw in the towel. I'm just ramping up on my marketing and taking any work that comes in. I appreciate the feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's it.
You got something over on Facebook?
Pamela said that she was she's busy with loan signing agent work. She does sellers packages, refi, and purchase packages. So she's busy, but she's in Knoxville. But that's what Kim was saying earlier, how it depends on where you are, the area you are in, as to how busy you are or not. So kudos to you, Pam. I'm glad that you're busy over there with loan signing. Charmaine wants to know, what's the name of the class offered by notary educators to help prepare to take the test to get certified with NNA?
That's our loan signing agent A to Z. We have it live, or you can do the online course, which the online course is 60% off right now.
So Mari has a comment about
that. Let's just clarify that too. That course is not per se to prepare you for the test, but we have found that after people take the class, then they are prepared. They know more about loan signing than they did without taking it. So some people just try to go over there and blindly take the test, which you can, open book. But it is better once you have a little footing under you, knowing what you're jumping into. I'll go back to my doctor illustration. You know, the doctor could just go maybe to the medical board and take the test. He might be just that smart. But if he's actually worked in the hospital a little bit before, that's why they have them do that. Now, when you go take your final test, you know what you're hopping into, right? So it's the same thing with notary signing agent.
And just because I know we have a lot of new people too, if you want to look at the material prior to, look up NNA Code of Conduct. That's going to be one thing that's going to be on the test. The other thing is the NNA Presentation Guidelines. So those are the two, like manuals or something.
I put it Code of Conduct. And what's the other one?
The Presentation Guidelines. You can just type that into Google. Those are the two things that are going to be on the test exam that will be open book. That's where the questions are coming from. So if you want to look at it prior to purchasing anything, you know, I don't want people to get overwhelmed when taking it. If you want to, you know, get prepared, then look over those two things prior to.
So Mari had a good comment. She said, if you're being hired by a bank, title, or lawyer, don't bring your kids. There was a signing service company that was complaining on a notary Facebook page about a notary taking her kids to a signing, and the customer was not happy either. And that's exactly what Kim said. If it's a sign, if you're being hired by a signing company, then it's going to look different with you being able to take your kids.
Yep. Think about that as you taking your kids to work or something. You know, you don't. Most jobs, majority of jobs, you don't do that.
Unless it's take your kid to work, then.
Right. Do they even do that anymore? All right. Let's jump
Take your kids to birthday?
Yeah. They used to do it. I used to go every year for my mom.
Yeah, I remember that.
I used to take my kid.
All right. Danielle says this is off topic. Oh, she's having difficulty getting the courses. Stacy, yes, check your email, Danielle, for the courses. If you purchase any courses with us, check your email. You have to go through our third-party site, Gumroad. That's where all the courses are housed.
So just go to Gumroad, go through your emails and check for Gumroad, and then it's going to pop up. So save that email when you make your purchase, and you can go back and view it at any time, okay? Gumroad is where they're housed, like Alexis said.
Yes, yes. All right, Valerie Hill says, all the I-9s that I do come from people working online, and the companies are out of state. The checks are rolling in, LOL.
So it just depends. It just depends on your area. Again, you just want to stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Yeah.
Next.
Marcel says, I always refer my live scan calls to a notary friend near me. She even trained me on how to do live scans for when she gets large jobs.
See, look at that. Look at that.
You got to open your mouth.
Teamwork.
Marcel is marketing and killing it. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rosalind Ellis says, a friend of mine needs to do a POA for her mother-in-law for medical and financial that lives in Georgia, and we are in Delaware, DE. Can both be included in the same POA?
A friend of mine needs to do a POA for her mother-in-law for medical and financial that lives in Georgia. We are in Delaware.
I'm going to answer that.
Okay, go ahead, Angela.
You should consult your attorney. We're not authorized to give you information on that. And the reason why I say that is because it depends. It depends on what she wants. I've seen it both ways. I've seen with them included and I've seen them separate. So it depends. So that's why you should consult a professional.
Yeah, you should not be giving advice because that's practicing law. Mm-hmm. Watch my video on the unauthorized practice of law, UPL. And you don't tell people what to fill out, where they can fill it out. Because, she's in this state. Some stuff is state specific when it comes to you are not attorney. I
had a customer. What's today?
Monday.
Saturday. Was it Saturday? No, it's Saturday. I even did it for him for free. Believe it or not, you guys, I did it for him for free. But he's a repeat customer. And he had to do a POA. He's going back to Colombia. I do all of his apostilles and everything he needs done. And he said he needed a power of attorney notarized for his son. It was totally wrong. But I didn't tell him that because I'm not an attorney. He gave me something to notarize and I notarized it. He could have come back later, even if something was wrong in the one, if I would have told him and said, well, my notary told me to do this. I could have been sued. So that's why it's like we may want to be helpful, but then we step across in the line when we give people advice on what to put in their documents or how to set it up like that.
Right. That's true.
Oh, you're welcome, Tanya. Renee said we skipped her question.
I was trying to go back. I didn't see Renee. Renee,
I was gonna say you can redrop it.
Yeah, can you redrop it? Because I looked again. I went back to see your name, and I don't see Renee anywhere. Please, because we want to make sure we get your question.
Sorry.
Yes, we are sorry too. Next, while we wait on Renee.
All right. Cheryl James says, I got text today from Star Title. They got my information off the NNA site for seller's package. They only wanted to pay $50 with scan back.
So, did you take it or did you not? And is this your first assignment? I'm just curious.
Yeah. If you're just getting started, I probably would have did it. But if you part of your business practice, you want a little more money.
Let's don't say that.
No, we always teach this. It's your business. Me personally, if I have to meet my goal for the week, might take it.
And you don't have any training. What was your issue with that comment, Angela?
With what comment? With Alexis' comment?
What she was getting ready to say, yeah. What was your issue?
About telling her how much she should or should not accept?
Oh, no.
She didn't say that, did you? She just said she would take it if she's trying to meet her goals, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Angela, your mind be clicking a little too fast sometimes.
Can't help it.
No, she made the statement she put only wanted to pay. And what I'm saying is, if your business practice, if you want more money, then that's fine. But me personally, if I have to meet my goal for the week, or if I'm just getting started, I'm going to take it. $50 is $50, more than what I had.
Yeah, $50 times 4 is $200. $50 a day, 5 times 30 days is $3,000 a month. So yes, I'm taking.
If you don't take any of it, then you look back and calculate it. You're like, oh, I could have made like $400.
And my bad, my math was off. 50 times 30 is 1,500. Y'all don't think I can't do math? That's Detroit public school system for you. Okay. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, Cheryl, let us know. Did you take the assignment? Are you just starting out? And I'm just curious, like we said. Next. Oh, and I did want to say one thing when she said Star Title. It's a lot of new companies popping up. I'm getting new emails from signing services. People are starting signing services like crazy, guys. So everything out there is not even mortgage related, but these signing services, these notaries are coming together and they're forming these notary signing services. So you do want to get your credentialing right. I mean, even though they're smaller, like this one only paid $50. Again, it's something if you don't have anything. If you give me $50, I'm gonna take it.
All right. Kenyatta says, I had taken my 2 children when they were small. This was pre-COVID. They were school age at the time.
Yeah. So we kind of talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like the next question is on Facebook. I have a question about translation.
Yeah, Kimmi, I have a question about translation. I took an apostille class, and the course stated translators need to be certified by the ATA. But I hear as long as you speak a second language, you can translate.
That's going to depend on who's asking for. I just took a translation class with shout out to Notary for You, I think it is. I'm gonna look right quick. I took her translation class. Actually, she's on IG. Feel free to follow her. Let her know I sent you guys over if you decide to, especially if you're bilingual. She is really dropping gems over there. I was trying to find it really quick again. I think it's Notary for You.
I think that sounds right.
Yes, I'm gonna find it really quick. But anyway, I took her translation course, and you do not. It depends on who's requesting the document to be translated. Oh, here she is, Notary for Me, and her name is Norma. Notary for Me. So check her out over on IG and let her know I told you guys to follow her, especially if you're bilingual. She is really dropping some gems over there. So anyway, it depends on who's asking for the translation. I'll let Angela address it more. But so some people can shoot. So she taught me how to translate a birth certificate. It's an amazing class. I took it last Saturday. So I am still also always in training, guys. I paid full price for the course, like anybody else. It was kind of funny. She was like, "Oh, I can't believe Kimmy's taking my class." But anyway, so yeah, I take classes like everybody else, and it was very, very interesting about translation. So, Angela, did you want to add to that?
It depends on what country is taking it, accepting the translation. But to what's the old saying? To veer on the side of caution. I always tell everybody who, and I'll tell you the reason why I do this, who take my apostille class, is use somebody who's certified, a verified notary, and have a notary certified. Because I had a guy from Savannah who needed a document translated from Japanese to English, and this document had to be by a verified translator, and it had to be notarized. So, for instance, if you translate a document and then you have somebody notarize it, then suppose the country doesn't take it. I had two people actually said that. So Kim is right that it depends on where it's going, and the customer doesn't always know that the document need to be by a verified translation. They're just going to ask you for a translation. And so to on the side of caution, I always get a certified translator who I always ask them to have it notarized. That's what I do.
So I'm going to let Alexis address this also because she actually does translation services. And I actually did a video on that. If you have not watched it yet, please watch my translation video, how you can add another stream of income. I did a video, 12 ways notaries make money. Go back and watch that, people. I promise you, people are making money. Alexis, can you talk about how you provide translation services? You speak 25 languages, right?
So basically, guys, it's really simple. So of course, I got watched that video one. That's what gave me the courage to even do it, because I had got calls prior to, and I was like, oh no, I don't translate.
Wait a minute, Alexis, hold on, I gotta go back a little bit. So you watched my video?
Yeah. I watched the video first, and yeah, like I said, I got calls prior to. I was like, I don't translate. So then after I watched the video, I was like, okay, let me try it. So I just literally Googled translation services, found a few companies that offered it. Out of the few, I picked one, I think based off the price. That's the reason why I went with this specific company. And their turnaround time was 24 hours. So I just went with the company and uploaded the documents that the lady sent me. And she actually sent me a picture of a document. Let me tell you how easy it is. She never gave me a physical paper. So she sent me the picture. I uploaded it. They got back in 24 hours. It was only $30. I'll tell you, I was only $30 to do. And of course, I charged her, a little extra fee, my fee for doing it. And that was it. And they sent the document back to me via email with a certification on it that states that this company translated it, blah, blah, blah. Had like some order numbers on there and stuff. And yeah, I sent it back to the lady, and that was that. Simple, easy. I don't speak Spanish, but I sure did get that job done. And of course, I had to. It was a package kind of deal because I was doing other stuff for her, notarizing and things of that nature. And some people just don't feel like being bothered. People don't realize that. You would think she could have did that herself, but I'm already doing all these other services for her. She was like, "Well, do that as well." So don't miss out on that money, because if you have somebody that calls you, do you offer translation services? Do not be like me. I missed out on a good 3 or 4 jobs prior to that. And yeah, you can do it.
Because every apostille I've gotten, I've always asked them, do you need translation services? And some of them say yes, and I just send it out to be translated.
So she's saying the apostille class from Judy said that they have to be certified, and a certified document has to be filled out and sent back. So again, it's going to be depending on, we're not saying Judy is wrong. We just said the same thing. Depending on who's requesting it. That's why apostilles, you can't just one size fit all. It doesn't work like that. You have to find out who's requesting the document. Are they requesting that it be a certified translator? In some cases, it may not be. And all documents don't even have to be translated before they can be apostilled. So you got to know the process. You know, every document, believe it or not, it doesn't even have to be translated. They can do
only certain countries require translations, or certain, depending on where you're apostilling at, it requires that it be translated. But like I said, I tell people when I teach them to get a certified translator to do it, because that will alleviate any problems.
And again, I'm going to go back to what Norma taught us in class. That's not your responsibility to be asking the client all this different stuff. They should know what they need, right? Again, we want to be very cautious of practicing law. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate because I agree with what she said, but then I'm like Angela, I'm going to do whatever I can to eliminate a future headache. So I'm going to ask a few more questions because we're kind of more experts. But the average notary is not even going to know to ask, well, does it need to be translated by the ATA or da-da-da-da-da, right? You're not even going to know that. So if you did take a document from someone and you did not have it translated the way it needs to from the proper people with the credentialing, it's not your fault, you know. Now, the client may look at you and say, well, you didn't know that? Okay. They may. But again, that's their document. At the end of the day, it's their responsibility to see, does it need to be translated, and by whom does it need to be translated? You know, that's not your job. So we want to be very cautious out there. Alexis, they're saying, what company did you use? We can type it in the chat.
Let me look at my email. Let me check my email.
Well, you know what? I can find it because I saved it in my phone, actually.
Yeah,
okay. With the questions, yeah, and I'll find it and put it in there.
And I just wanted to comment too. When you're doing apostilles, some people might have translated themselves. If that is the case, in the state of Georgia, I'm going to speak for Georgia because that's where I'm at. We actually have a form you can fill out, certification that's translation related. So if you go to, what is it, the GSCCA website, and go into notary forms, there's actually a translation certificate. And it's stating that this person translated this document and so forth. That might make you feel a little more comfortable. Go ahead.
Put the name and phone number in there. And to Alexis's point, the class that I took with Norma on last Saturday, she actually mentioned that. So if I were going to be the person that translated the form, there is a notary form that can be filled out, but I would not notarize my own form. I would still need another notary to complete it, saying that I was a certified translator. So this is all like notary pro, next level notary stuff that we're talking here tonight, guys. That's why you want to be with the pros. I'm trying to tell you. But anyway.
And I'm going to say this too about that translation services. It's also a difference if someone is coming to you with something that needs to be translated and is not going for an apostille. In that case, I would not be too particularly worried about getting I use the same set of people, so they're all verified and certified. But what I'm saying is to say, if it's somebody saying I need this translated, it may not need to be someone who's certified in this, that, and that, because some of the people that are certified in different areas or in different ways, depending on what you need them for. They have different certifications, is what I'm trying to say.
Did you type it in the chat, the name?
I did. It's called the Spanish Group, and I put the phone number, 1-800-460-1536. And by the courses we neglected to mention, everything is over at notaryeducatorsllc.com. All the courses, 60% off, coupon code MONEY, MONEY, Notary Educators LLC.com. Okay, Alexis, next.
I use Translation Shop.
Oh, I had the Spanish Group too.
I use Translation Shop for that last one.
Let me see if I have them in here.
Okay. I'm gonna keep going. All right. So next is Shannon Harrison.
Yeah. Let me put that in here. I didn't put their phone number though. I don't have their phone number, guys. So don't reach out.
Just Google it. I did everything on mine.
There you go. I put it in the chat, but I don't know the phone number. So.
And they put their ATA member ID on the document and everything. It's real good. But okay, so Shannon Harrison says, thank y'all so much for that because I've literally stopped taking work because I haven't had a sitter and I didn't know how people would feel. And yes, it was for general notary work only. I'm ready to get back to work.
Good.
Yes, Frank says, got to go, ladies. I will catch the rest on replay. Love you. Hit the like button.
Yeah, please don't
Thank you, Frank.
Thanks, Frank.
We got 77 people here right now. You could all hit the like button for us, please. All right, next.
Okay. How do you pronounce her name again? I forgot. Is it Nakoy? Nakia? She told us before. Nakuya, right? But she says, whatever you do, just don't need a towel in the car, please.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, don't leave the child in the car.
Yeah.
American Indian, is that what you're talking about? Where is it at?
853.
Oh, 853. Let me go back up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't leave the child in the car, guys. We're not going to do that.
Yes.
It'd be better if you could meet them somewhere.
All right, let's see who's next. Lavina said, general notary work. I meet at a gas station with them in the car, and we sign docs in the back of my SUV.
Yep.
All right, and next we have Sandra. Sandra says, what is the name of the information we need from the NNA for the loan signing agent?
What is the name of the information we need from the NNA?
Is that the code of conduct that you
it's up in the chat. It's up in the chat, Sandra.
All right. Thank you, Danielle. Don't forget to hit that like button again. She said good night. Good night. On the other side of HR says, wow, really? I just turned down a Spanish translation general notary work appointment.
Yep.
See?
Watch my video on how to translate documents, and then Alexis just told you her process. So go watch my video and then come back and rewatch that part.
And we got some over on Facebook, it looks like. A few.
That's that we've already gotten those.
Okay, perfect.
That was Mari's comment.
Okay. Your sure son says, so do you sign the translated version and the Spanish version or just the Spanish version?
You mean as far as notarizing it? It may or may not even need to be notarized. There's no blanket rule here.
Yeah.
The document may or may not have to be notarized.
With you said the document may or so this I'm thinking about something different.
They said, do you sign the English version or the Spanish version? You're gonna notarize whatever needs to be notarized, but as far as the actual translation, again, it's gonna be depending on what the client needs.
Yeah,
No blanket rule on that. You may not be notarizing anything.
And you're not notarizing the translated version. The translation is taken. Everything is taken care of by the person that translates the document.
Well, again, no blanket rule on that, because if I was the notary and I translated it, there's a form that can be filled out. I would have to get Angela or Alexis to sign that form stating that I was a translator.
Right.
So there may be.
But you're the translator. You're still taking care of everything.
No, but he's talking about what needs to be notarized at this point. So that form would need to be notarized.
Gotcha.
I could notarize it myself. I would have to get someone else to do it.
Right.
So we can't just say notarize this and notarize that. It doesn't work like that. Each particular document is different. I want to be crystal clear on that.
So Renee keeps saying we skipped her question, but I don't see her name up here.
Is it inappropriate? Well, I don't know what the question is, Renee, because I
only see her saying that we skipped her question. I'm gonna go back, you guys. I'll go back.
Is it on Facebook? I don't know.
I just saw her again saying you skipped my question, and I'm back to
I see it.
841 saying you skipped my question.
Yeah, I don't see the question.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
Renee, your question is not popping up.
Oh, you know what? YouTube might be blocking it. That is
right.
true.
That's what I'm saying. I'm back at the beginning and I don't see her question.
Yeah, that makes sense because we lost over here.
YouTube is very good about that. I actually blocked 2 comments while we were here. It wasn't your comments though. It was from some weird name, so like a spam. I knew what it was when I saw it. I don't know if you ladies saw it or not, but that was earlier. But that could be it, Renee. So that being the case, how can she tell us the question right quick?
Come on stage.
Yeah, you want to come on stage and ask it? And if it's inappropriate, we'll just delete. We'll just take you down. I mean, so whatever or reword it, because sometimes it's the way it's worded. YouTube is very good about blocking stuff. So reword your question, okay? Reword it for me. We're gonna hang out a minute because we really want to try to get your question for you. So reword it and don't use the same words because YouTube is very strict, which I love that. It's for our protection and your protection. So you want to try one more time while we get this last question from Renata? Renata.
Facebook.
Well, I got one for Facebook. Mari says, just to clarify, can we be the translator, fill out the translation form, and also notarize the document? The answer, Mari, is yes, translator. Yes, fill out the translation form. No, you can't notarize your own signature. You have to get another notary to notarize your translation form.
Correct.
Or you can use, if you want to bypass that, you can just use the third party and then you notarize it if you can't get somebody.
Try to reword your question, Renee. I hope that was clear, that answer about translation services.
Mm-hmm.
Please like for me, let's see.
Like, comment, and subscribe if you're not subscribed.
All right, we're gonna give Renee a few minutes to see can we get her question.
McFall, world.
On how do I come up? Okay, she gonna come up. So let me put her in right quick. Just click the link and you have to put your name, Renee, and then you can come on up.
While we do that, McFall Notary World is the last one. She said some other services I see people are adding are court reporting, background checks, and DNA testing.
Yes.
So court reporting, you have to go to school for court reporting. You just can't be a court reporter. You have to get certified to be a court reporter.
And Angela, you and I were just talking about the background check thing and the
DNA testing.
And the DNA testing also. What is it called, Alexis? Because we've been talking about that recently. We're all trying to see how we can add that and talk about it. Specimen collection. That's what it is. Specimen collection. Mm-hmm. That's a thing now. It's coming. It's gonna be strong in 2023, y'all. So
oral hair.
Renee said, "Never mind."
Oh, Renee, we really want your question. All right. Well, next time, Renee, feel free to reach out the back channel. Not back channel, but
Notary Educators.
Yeah, Notary Educators. Put your question over there and we'll make sure we get it for you, okay?
Yeah.
In the meantime, people, we're going to go ahead and wrap up here. Courses, again, 60% off. Coupon code MONEY. Don't forget, add these 3 additional services to your business. I-9, ink fingerprinting, and notary signing agent. If you are not already doing that, go back and check out the beginning of the video. On behalf of Notary Educators and Notary Life with Kimmi, I am going to say good night, and we'll let Angela and Alexis say good night too.
Cheryl James had one question, you guys.
That's fine.
Cheryl James, I did not take it because I still worked a 9 to 5, and it was during the time I had to be at work.
Okay, then you have to just wait. I mean, there are weekend assignments. There are not a lot of them, you know. So again, I just believe in being ready. So again, if you're not gonna do it right now, just wait. It's okay. It's gonna still be there when you're ready to do it. Yeah. Don't stress yourself out.
Yeah. So
all right, so I'm gonna say good night, Angela and Alexis. You guys want to wrap it up?
Yeah. This is Angela from AJ Mobile Notary. You guys, good night. You guys have a great week, and I hope you're still working on building your business.
Yes, it's Alexis, Mobile Notary Services by Alexis. Once again, another successful Monday. I hope you all got a lot of good information from tonight, and have a good week. And we will see you all in the Facebook group next Monday.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
See you all.
Thank you again for listening to the Notary Life with Kimmi podcast. We would love to be a part of your notary journey. Please visit us at notaryeducatorsllc.com for all of your notary training needs. Also, please feel free to join the Notary Life with Kimmi YouTube channel, where Kimmi has over 400 videos that will help you to grow and build a successful notary business. Until the next episode, we wish you much success on your journey. Bye.